Welcome everybody to Brooklyn Crokinole Club. Ryan Kaz here, bringing you some single semifinals action from our main event that happened on April 15th, 2023. This match is a race to 9 between Kelvin on the left and newcomer Ben on the right. As we get underway here in this race to 9, Ben with the first shot making his open 20. A strong start for both of our competitors. And Ben making his second opportunity. Kelvin second leaves it just on the line on his side of the board, giving Ben kind of an early test here. But Ben makes quick work of that with a nice takeout as they trade the takeouts. Ben content with an extra 20, and Kelvin getting the off and resetting the board. Ben with another chance, and now Kelvin with the lone disc in the center of the board for Ben to contend with. Going for maybe a touch 20, leaves a very heavy hanger there for Kelvin. Goes around the world for the takeout and rolls his disc to the outside. And a very nice ricochet from the 10 circle for Ben. To keep pace, Kelvin does need to make that 20, but he doesn't. Leaves a little bit of a hanger, and Ben cashes in, securing the 2 points, going up 4 20s to 1. To take the first 2 points of this race to 9. Second round of action coming your way, and Kelvin leaves a little bit short. And Ben making a statement early in this semifinals match, and Kelvin may be a little nervous. Gets a Super Steve there, but does have one disc on the board that is right in the middle. Ben checking out his angles, seeing if he can go from the far outside or what might be the best option for him. Decides going over the center hole is the best option, and does manage to hit Kelvin's disc off and peel. And Kelvin giving Ben another hanger opportunity here, and he collects again. Kelvin has not found his 20 range just yet ever since that first shot in the first round. Ben content with a just hit and stick. Nice little rollout. Now Kelvin clogging up the board a little bit. 3 discs on. A couple nice takeouts from our competitors. Still 3 discs on the board for Kelvin, but Ben does have hammer and he is up 220, so Kelvin does need to make some work. Oh, goes for the touch 20, almost gets it. Not quite there. Ben with a very interesting takeout over there, and Kelvin takes his last shot, goes through almost all of the pillars of wisdom. Ben didn't even need to take that shot. He secured the 2 points and goes up 4 to nothing in his first semifinals appearance. As Ben starts round 3, leaving his disc a little bit long, Kelvin getting the takeout and rolling to the outside. Ooh, Ben doesn't get the off, but he does get a nice hit and stick, and now Kelvin has 2 discs on the board here. One very close to the peg. Ben checking out what his best option is. Maybe a chance for a double takeout? Maybe not. Does manage to get the off with that. Oh, and Kelvin almost gets the angle in. Ricochet 20. Leaves a hanger for Ben here. He does get an off, and he gets the 20 here. As Kelvin then shoots wide again. Ben's made a couple of good follow-through chances. That one rolling a little bit off-center for him. Ooh, and this another opportunity for a 20 for Ben, but it just hangs over the hole. Oh, and now Ben giving Kelvin a 20 and a chance for another 20 to go up in this round, and he gets it. So now Kelvin has turned the tide here in this third round, as Ben just peels his shooter off. Last shot will be a nice hit and stick for Kelvin, securing 2 points and we've got ourselves a match. 4-2 in favor of Ben. Ben, in this round, does have the hammer, as our competitors are trading shots in the house. Kelvin looking for that 20 opportunity and just misses it. And now Kelvin with a nice takeout, hit and stick in the 10. Ben cleaning his disc of any excess wax to make the hit and stick that he's looking for easier, and he gets it. Nice little roll in from Kelvin. As Ben is content to just keep play going. Oh, an unforced error from Kelvin. And Ben capitalizes on it, getting the first 20 of this round. Kelvin this time does make the off, leaving possibly yet another 20 opportunity for Ben here. If he goes all the way to the left, might not be very comfortable with that shot. It's a right-handed shot. Decides to go through the middle, does get the off, and keeps his disc. It looks like it is in the 15. And Kelvin, I guess, forgot there was a peg there. As Ben capitalizes on the error again with another 20. And this time, again, this shot doesn't need to be taken. Ben did secure the 2 points. Just hits a peg, and we'll move on to the next one. And Ben going for the jugular, starting this round with an open 20, and Kelvin missing long and going through the house, unfortunately. Ben is now piling it on. Kelvin again missing a little bit long, giving a follow-through chance for Ben, who's shown that he can hit those shots today. And now just hovering over the 20 hole. Still hovering. Nice couple of takeouts from both of our competitors. This time, Kelvin does manage to kick Ben's out to the 5. And still no 20s off of other discs so far this round. Oh, and Kelvin's shot jams on him, giving Ben another open chance that he collects on. Very strong showing from Ben in this match. And with that shot, Ben will confirm another 2 points, making the score 8-2 going into the next round in this race to 9. So only a tie will advance Ben to the finals. And Kelvin, unfortunately, he's missing long, he's missing short. Ben, an interesting shot, and Kelvin okay with sticking in the 5. Ooh, this time Ben's shot jams on him, pushing both discs outside. Kelvin getting a little bit of traffic out onto the board here. And a very good leave. Maybe not what Ben was actually looking for, but he left his disc right behind the peg and kind of is using Kelvin's disc as a guard here. It's going to be a very difficult shot to get the off without disturbing his own disc. And he's checking out his angles. Thinks he finds it. And I stand corrected. He made that look easy. Gets the off, barely disturbs his own disc. Now has 4 discs on the board in this round. And Ben looking to get the off, but it just catches the hole and stays on the board. And Kelvin getting another off, now has 5 discs on the board here. And Ben content to just tap it and stay in the house. And Kelvin, little self-destruction, loses his shooter and 2 of his discs, all at the same time, leaving Ben's disc on the board. He had this firmly in his grasp, but Ben does lose his shooter, and Kelvin going for the 1 disc and peels it off. Kelvin now has 15 points on the board all Ben will need to do to advance to the finals is get one of those discs off and manage to stay in the 10. That will induce a tie, which will give Ben the point that he needs. Going for the close disc, it's probably the best option. Does get the off, but unfortunately, his disc stays on the line. And he'll give 2 points back to Kelvin. It is now 8-4. Heading to the next round, where Ben will now have to shoot against the hammer for a chance into the finals. Takes aim at his own disc and realizes his mistake and corrects himself. Everyone does that once in a while. And does make the correct play, gets the off, stays in the house here. And now Kelvin giving Ben kind of a similar shot, except it's now Ben's disc that's hidden behind the peg, and ooh, and Ben does manage to get the off. Kelvin responds with a very nice double takeout. Not only was it a nice double takeout, but it was a good leave right behind a peg, leaving Ben checking to see if he can go from the outside, but he decides he has to go through Hogan's Alley to get this disc. And an amazing shot. That is not an easy shot, no matter your experience level. Oh, and Kelvin, unfortunately, was probably looking to hide his disc in the same spot again. Unfortunately, loses his shooter, and Ben takes advantage, getting the open 20. Ben is now going to be very happy to play to the outside, considering all he needs is a tie. This time Kelvin rolls in, and Ben is happy to play there as well. And now perhaps a touch 20 opportunity for Ben to put this away. Does get the off. Kelvin will not be able to get the 2 points, and Ben will make his first Brooklyn Crokinole Club finals appearance from our main event. Congratulations to Ben. Congratulations to Kelvin for getting to the semifinals again. This was a really good match, a very strong showing from Ben. And we look at some of the highlights from the match, and we look forward to seeing Ben in the finals and future meetups. And if you'd like to join us, please follow the links in the description below for our Facebook meetup and Eventbrite to keep up to date on the latest events that we'll be at, and we hope to see you at the next one.